So the PlayStation 5 was kind of announced or leaked or previewed or something like that. And it's got backwards compatibility with PS4 games. It supports 8K gaming. Dun dun dun! The CPU is based on an AMD Ryzen. It's got a custom GPU based on the AMD Radeon Navi. It has ray tracing support. It's got an SSD. It supports PlayStation VR and physical media. That being said, as somebody who streams most of his entertainment and downloads basically everything else, okay. All of this sounds great and wonderful, and I have no idea what most of it means. But I'm sure somebody in the comments below will let me know and explain to me in stupid small details why I'm a plebeian for not being more excited. But you know what? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what's under the hood. Look at the Nintendo Switch. What matters to me, and I think the vast majority of gamers, are a couple of things that can't be handled through tech. You know, we want 60 FPS or we want uncapped FPS. Granted, I completely agree. We want FOV sliders. Granted, I completely agree. Right? All of that stuff would be amazing to have. But at the end of the day, it comes down to really two things, at least for me. Games and crossplay. Where are my friends, or how can I play with my friends? You can be the best car on the lot. You can be the fastest car on the lot. You can be the sexiest car on the lot. But if you don't have a passenger seat or a back seat, I don't give a fuck. What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages? Joker back again, once again, and I've got somewhat of a shorter video for you today. So, recently it was reported that Sony was the reason that Destiny 2 didn't have character transfer or cross-save. There's an article about it on Forbes, and I'll link that in the description below. But basically, Sony paid Bungie or Activision a buttload of money and did a bunch of advertising, so that Destiny would be associated with the PlayStation brand. This is old news, but originally everyone just thought that it was content, right? Maps, strikes, exotics. Well, it turns out, according to these reports, Bungie actually wanted to have cross-save and character transfer. But it was Sony who came in and said, no. And that's where we stand now. This is one of those things that there's not really much to say because it is what it is. It's unclear now how this deal affects Bungie and Destiny going forward after the split with Activision, because we don't know who made the deal. Was it Bungie who made the deal with Sony, or was it Activision that made the deal with Sony? If it was Activision that made the deal with Sony, then the deal will run its course, just like the deals that Bungie made with Vicarious Visions and High Moon Studio to create DLC. For those of you who do not know, Vicarious Visions and High Moon Studio still did work on the Destiny Season Pass. And it's safe to say, given how Bungie handled the Wave Splitter exotic accidentally being available on multiple platforms, that the exclusivity deal is still in place at least till fall of this year. Whether or not that deal will continue is what remains to be seen. And I wouldn't be surprised if it did, if it extended into Destiny 3, because, well, Bungie doesn't have Activision's purse anymore, and buying back the rights to their franchise could not have been cheap. Bungie is going to need money. They're going to need money for marketing, they're going to need money for development and support. It is what it is. All of that said, Sony has been known to cave to developer and fan pressure. Last fall, for example, Sony enabled Fortnite crossplay for PS4 against Xbox One and Switch. And this was due to pressure from both Epic and the Fortnite community. With Sony's ever-growing draconian content policies for developers and a refusal to work with other systems to give fans what they want, something's eventually got to give. My personal take? As a content creator, I own all three systems and I have a great PC. For me personally, it would be great to be able to jump in and play with my subscribers in a live stream regardless of what system they're on. Xbox is where everybody I know plays. It's where my wife plays, where my dad plays, where my brothers play, it's where my best friend plays. I prefer the controller, and I've always been a huge Halo fan. And with Sony's content policies, doing things like editing out the ass in an already M-rated game, you're just being fucking ridiculous at that point. Content policies that hinder gamers from playing where they want, or censor developers' content? Are you fucking kidding me? You're not giving me a reason to buy a PlayStation. I don't care what's under the hood. If I did, I'd play on PC. All I can say is at the end of the day, I hope that Bungie's moronic content deal that was clearly in the way of them creating content and creating the game that they wanted for their fans died with the deal with Activision. But hey, those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours in the comments below, and like always, stay frosty.